Edward Hopper is a well-known American artist that dedicated his life to painting deep realist paintings. He has painted famous paintings that are displayed all around American art museums. One piece that stands out to me personally is called the New York Movie. The New York Movie is done with oil on canvas and was painted in 1939, currently on display at the Museum of Modern Art in New York. Hopper was an avid moviegoer, so he spent a lot of time focusing on many details of this piece. He paid much attention to interior details of movie theaters in New York, such as the Globe, Palace, Republic, and the Strand, ultimately making about 54 sketches before painting the final piece. You can see the detail from the curtains to even the carpets on the theater. The whole idea of the movie theater was to display the effect of how Hollywood would spirit those in the audience who are entertained watching the film for the first time, whereas for an usherette, as illustrated on the right side of the painting in the corner, has seen the movie for probably over 100 times. She is in another world to herself in deep thought. The two different realms of thought and minds during the movie is further represented by the abrupt transition from the dark mysteriousness of the movie to the warm light shown on the usherette, who seems to be very pensive. The woman in this painting is in fact Hopper's wife, whom he painted in a couple other famous paintings of his, like The Morning, as shown right here. In both these paintings, he shows his wife with almost an empty look in her eyes and also presented as if she were younger in her 20s. A theme that Hopper really loved to portray through his paintings was the idea of departure from the lonely and abstraction of the industrialized world. In both these paintings, as you can see, Jo, his wife, has a very empty and almost lost, melancholy, and concentrated look on her face. Although Hopper may be portraying this lost feeling in this usherette, there is still a sense of warmth in this person as the light shines on her. It almost makes the audience wonder what she's thinking. In a poem written to interpret this painting, Jack Dewitt writes, "It is a powerful story that tells us nothing of the one who grabs our attention, the one who is the real center of this painting, draped in her own boredom or sadness, off to the side, along the wall, under the lights that fill a curtained stairway. Her head held by her bent hand, she has seen the movie too many times, so she turns away from the screen. In that uniform, a sad dark blue with a red stripe down the side, so military, so theatrical, so ridiculous, and she so lovely and alone." Dewitt poetically describes the empty yet deep-thoughted woman in such a beautiful way, really grasping the idea of a young woman overexposed to the unrealistic and repetitive Hollywood fantasy. In reality, we may know everything about the spirit of a movie theater, but we know nothing about the thoughts of different entities in them. He also describes the painting with an utter depressed yet beautiful tone, really capturing the essence of the painting. It is safe to say that Hopper, through his painting, does an excellent job of portraying the idea of not here, not now, through this woman and the environment of the New York movie theater.
Dorthea Lange is an American photographer and photojournalist who studied at Columbia University in New York City. During the Depression, she moved to San Francisco, where she started documenting rural poverty and the streets she lived in. Her work started catching the public's attention. Since her photos were submitted to the FSA, this photo was to be untouched and unedited, so the genuineness is portrayed. The picture I chose to do is Migrant Mother, taken in 1936 near the trailer parks in Modesto, California. The photo shows a woman named Florence Thompson, who is in her early 20s, sitting with two of her children nestled close to their mother and their heads on their shoulders facing away from the camera. There is also an infant in her lap in an oversized blanket asleep. The mother in the photo does not make eye contact with the camera, but you can see the strength that she has through her eyes. The contrast between her hair and the face emphasizes on the expression on her face. In this picture, you can see the strength that she carries and her worries. She has her hand on the side of the face, which shows some tension as well. You can see that she is stressed, worried, and desperate for help. The way she is sitting and not making eye contact shows a sense of vulnerability. It also shows that her focus is on something more important than the person who is taking the picture. Her children shows a sense of defensiveness by sitting behind their mother. The clothes that they are wearing looks worn out and dirty, which signifies the hard work that she does just to get by. The wrinkle upon her face is deeply grooved. The composition of the picture seems just right. There is no depth to the picture, which focuses on the mother and children, but mostly upon the mother and her cry for help. Since the picture is in black and white, it gives you a sentimental feeling. The figures within the picture, such as the mother and children, makes a triangular shape. I guess I can end it.